Good morning, everyone. Reflections. So, hello, everyone. Today I want to share my thoughts on something deeply personal, yet universal: identity, belonging, how we see ourselves in the societies we live in. As someone who identifies as a British Muslim Pakistani, I've often found myself navigating questions about where I truly belong. Does being British or English mean being white? If so, where does that leave me? These questions are not just about race, they're about culture, contributions, and community. So the nations of the UK, I've had the privilege of visiting Scotland, Wales, and Ireland, and I've been struck by the warmth and friendliness of the people in these places. Scotland, with its fringe festivals, loved the people that were so friendly, and breathtaking landscapes left a lasting impression. I feel saddened that the Gaelic language has been phased out, with less and less youth engaging in their own heritage. And Ireland, from exploring its rich history to experiencing the kindness of its people, our family created beautiful memories. Asking for directions, many times asking an Irishman for directions would end up in them actually walking us to the place. Irish lore is fascinating, from the leprechaun to the banshees. And Wales, climbing Snowdon during outward bound courses, and I have returned. That was in my youth, many times with my family now. Lots of smiles from the Welsh, and their Welsh language and landscapes are simply beautiful. But when I reflect on England, my home, things feel more complicated. On one hand, I've met incredible people, English people that I love and respect, my mentors, assistant principals, colleagues from work, fellow teachers and friends, and even family members. My daughter-in-law identifies as English, her mother is Scottish. My grandson, who is pretty much white and sees himself as English. And I love them unconditionally. I have always tried to be supportive and fair towards them. And this is the people that I love and trust. However, on racism in the media, I understand that often fear fuels prejudice. When societies face change or economic struggles, minorities are often scapegoated. Historically, we've seen that with Jewish communities, and today Muslims face similar challenges. The media plays a significant role in shaping these perceptions. Islamophobia has become so normalized that it's almost expected. It hurts to see my faith, a deeply personal and spiritual part of me, misrepresented and vilified. But let me make one thing clear: Islam, like any faith, is not a monolith. My connection to Islam is deeply spiritual and empowering. I see it as a feminist religion that celebrates the strength, intellect, and emotional intelligence of women. Modesty for me is about focusing on who we are beyond appearances, our thoughts, our values, our compassion, our empathy. Just like the Princess Kate has a modest attire in public, every woman is a princess. So where does that leave me? Am I English, Pakistani, British, Muslim? Am I not Scottish or Welsh? Does it matter? Growing up in Hackney, I learnt the importance of manners from a Cockney shopkeeper who wouldn't serve me without a please or a thank you. Those lessons stayed with me, as did my appreciation for shared values like kindness and respect. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Manners make the man." And that idea resonates across cultures and religions. Ultimately, the world is divided not by race, religion, or nationality, but by the goodness and badness. And I've been blessed to know good people from all walks of life, people who have helped me, stood by me, and inspired me. But the media continues to paint Pakistanis and Islam as inherently flawed. The golden age of Islam represents a remarkable period of intellectual and cultural and spiritual flourishing. During this era, Islam was not only a religion but a thriving civilization that embraced diversity, contributed immensely in advancements in science, philosophy, literature, and art. It was also an age when the spiritual essence of Islam, particularly Sufism, played a central role in shaping the faith's growth across continents. Sufism, or tasawwuf, is the mystical dimension of Islam that focuses on love, tolerance, and the inner connection with the divine. Unlike rigid interpretations of faith, Sufism transcends boundaries, resonating deeply with people from all walks of life. This tradition, rooted in spiritual love and human unity, played a significant role in spreading Islam to regions like South Asia, Central Asia, and parts of Africa. There were many Sufi poets and philosophers who exemplified this inclusive and compassionate Islam. There's Rumi, who's a famous poet and visionary, and most of the times it was rooted in the Quranic ethos of love, mercy and justice, a vision that transcended cultural divides. Historically, Islam's spread was not solely through conquest, but significantly through peaceful efforts of Sufi saints and mystics. During this period, Islam was deeply connected to philosophy, art and science. This was the Islam of the Golden Age, a religion enriched by dialogue, intellectual curiosity and spirituality. However, this inclusive and deeply humanistic expression of Islam is often overshadowed today by rigid political frameworks that dominate discourse. The blatant Islamophobia ignores all the good Islam has inspired. What of the revelation that Thomas Jefferson had a Quran and that Islam had influenced the founding fathers of the United States? Amongst countless positive influences, historically, the history contrasts the Zionists and far-right media propaganda. And I have often wondered whether identity matters at all, and if it's enough to focus on where I live and what I contribute to society. It is this tension that has inspired me to explore life in a Muslim majority country. As I embark on this journey, I carry with me the values of the Golden Age of Islam: love, tolerance, intellectual curiosity and spirituality. The world, after all, is divided not by race, religion, but by good and bad people. And I believe that wherever there are people who value compassion, humility and justice, there is a place to call home. But what about me? Am I now a Muslim? And that Islam, being a Muslim, is being attacked. Why? Am I British, a British Muslim? Please do join me and share your comments. I would love to hear your reflections and perhaps some things that you have thought of when it comes to this kind of journey. And please do subscribe. Until next time, adios.